Hey guys, it's Otti again. I'm sitting here at the Turbinenhalle Oberhausen, and tonight is Paganfest. Besides me are two members of the band WAYLANDER. Hi, first of all.
Hello.
Hi. WAYLANDER, you were around for many years, but maybe some people kick in who don't know you, so maybe first of all you can introduce yourselves. What's your name and your part in the band?
I'm Dave. I play whistle and Irish bouzouki.
I'm Lee. I play the most important thing, which is the drums.
The tubs.
Yeah, without drums, most bands don't work. It's like this. Yeah.
Sometimes I play the Irish drum as well. So
Cool. And WAYLANDER, you can describe it, I think, as folk metal, something like this, or how would you describe to someone who never heard of you?
yeah, the way I describe it is extreme folk metal. So it's extreme metal mixed with folk, because obviously you get so many different types of metal, and even different types of folk, so many different types of folk. So it's extreme metal mixed with Irish folk. Or sometimes it's just pagan metal.
This is why you are at the Paganfest Tour. So, yeah. Great. So what does the phrase pagan mean to you? Is it something deeper for you, or is it just a label, something like this?
I obviously only speak for myself, but paganism is a personal view on life, I guess. There's no... People call it a religion, but it's not a religion. It's just a way of thinking. I could be a pagan. Some of the guys here could be a pagan, and we believe in quite different things. So it's just, for me, it's a belief in the power of the universe. What people call that doesn't really matter. It's just being not in tune, but in the process of, you get out of it what you put in it.
I think it's also important to note, especially from the music perspective of it, we're obviously Irish, and paganism is very, very prominent in Irish mythology. So, and most, if not all, of our lyrics are based around old ancient Irish stories and Irish mythologies, which are, it's as pagan as it gets, Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's not just the personal aspect of it, is the historical and mythological aspect of it as well, that it runs very, very deeply through WAYLANDER, and always has.
And the Gaelic roots, for example, are really important, probably.
Yeah, that's it exactly. With the music, with we've got all our folk instruments, like all the bands do, but even all of this sort of carry on. This is the ancient woad. It's a slightly different recipe than the with the blood and urine and things like that the ancient Celts may have used, but it's still how we mark going into battle. And going on stage is like our version of going into battle, So.
Oh, this is a battle paint, or has it more meaning?
It's a battle paint, but the ancient Celts wore it, It's most famously in Braveheart. Everyone's seen that, but most of the Celts from all around the islands wore the woad, as it's called. So we're just following that tradition,
It's cool. And I think of all the bands today, you are one of the bands that's longest around, but you had some break in between. So maybe you can tell at least the story and some summaries, some turning points, what happened from the beginning to now.
From the beginning of WAYLANDER. Well, ironically, we weren't about the beginning of WAYLANDER. Whenever WAYLANDER started, I was 8 years old.
Cool.
And you were probably old enough to have been there at the start, but you weren't. So WAYLANDER started in 1993. So I'm certainly not the first folk metal band, but we were there very early, So, some people do call WAYLANDER one of the originals, one of the early folk metal bands, which is true, But so there's other bands, even in Ireland, there's other bands sort of just about the same age and even a little bit older. And of course, Skyclad were a few years before WAYLANDER started.
Yeah, maybe two, was it?
But the first Skyclad
91?
90 was the first album.
Yeah.
And we've been doing it ever since. But there's been a lot of lineup changes. I don't think there's the only person who remains from the original 93 lineup is our singer. But I mean, in saying that, I'm talking as if I'm the new guy. I've been in WAYLANDER since 2006. So
Not so long. Almost 20 years now.
almost 20 years. And it's funny, I was saying that to some of the guys who didn't know, my second ever gig with WAYLANDER, my first ever gig was like a warm-up show in Belfast, just in front of our friends. My second ever gig was here. And it was my first ever gig with WAYLANDER outside of Ireland. So it's
That's interesting. So here at this,
at this venue. And another thing, the bass player from Hailstorm was in WAYLANDER at the time. So when we got here, I sort of said to him, it's been a little while since we've been here together, you know. So he used to be the guitar player in WAYLANDER. So
cool. So it's like a kind of a family meeting here.
Yeah. Well, like Gaz and Pete are both Northern Irish. Both we've known them for a long time. So.
And for you, it's a little bit special because you and Einer, you are not part of the whole tour.
that's right.
You're coming for, I think, 2 shows today and Gelegenheit.
Yeah.
So, but isn't it a little bit difficult, for example, after Brexit, coming over just for one show, doing this?
Ha ha ha. See, we're from Northern Ireland, right?
Yeah.
Which is in the UK, but we have dual citizenship. So, like, I have 2 passports. I have a British passport and an Irish passport. You're just Irish. So, if we use our Irish passports,
So,
no difference. No difference.
Didn't think about this, but it's cool, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Now, some of the guys did use they only have British ones. The only reason to not have an Irish one and only have one is because they're lazy. But
Absolutely.
But they had to go into a different queue, and if they, when we went through the passport control, and if they ask them, why are you here? We're here to go to a concert. We can be here to play a concert, but they have to just go to the concert,
So they're not officially working somehow.
Well,
Working.
I don't know if you can call what we're doing working either. So.
Yeah. So some kind of work somehow.
Yeah.
And I think your last album was a little bit older. Is it like from 2019?
19, yeah.
It's Erie's Wheel.
Erie's Wheel, that's right.
So, first of all, maybe a glimpse back. What are the special aspects of this album? What have been the topics, for example?
The last of Erie's Wheel. Erie's Wheel was the first concept album WAYLANDER ever did, and it's again based on the Irish annual cycle. Mm-hmm. So the pagan fire festivals and the festivals, every song there was an intro and 8 songs, and there was the festivals and the equinoxes and things like that, and it was just and it went in the cycle, and you can musically. It even cycles back musically to the beginning again.
Yeah, it's not just lyrical content. The actual structure of the songs were specifically structured to try and represent that time of year. Like in the winter time, it's bleak, cold. People are fighting to survive. So you try and portray that within the music. Mm-hmm. You're not going to have a happy, riffy song where you're, that's not the feel for that. So that was probably the biggest challenge with that album, is getting the actual song without even hearing the lyrics to have that sort of feel. You know what I mean? You get to the summertime, the songs are much more upbeat. They're more party sort of tunes, mm-hmm. And then you can see it starting to get, as winter approaches, it starts getting a little darker, a little more depressing. So it was very. It was more challenging than what we thought.
It was an interesting challenge. An interesting challenge, and there were more than a few little disagreements, let's say, as to how to portray this on the album. But we got there in the end, and we, like always, we got something that we're all very proud of. So,
but is it like you're discussing? Is it a democratic band somehow, or is there someone who says, "Okay, this is the final
Yes, it kind of is, but there are some people who will be more opinionated than others, and some people who are more forceful about their opinions than others. But it is very much a democratic band where everyone kind of has a say. Now, in saying that, our singer, he writes all the lyrics. They're his domain. But musically, you know, it's kind of both good and bad that everyone in the band, or practically everyone in the band, is good at writing music. It just means that no, we shouldn't do it like that. We should do it like this.
There's no passengers in the band. There's nobody there just for the ride and just, you know, I'll play whatever you tell me to play. We've all got opinions. Most of the time they're different. but eventually we'll come to a consensus where I was right.
Always right.
Yeah.
No, but and there's something new coming, I think. And you have a brand new single, and I pronounce it wrong, I'm sure. Ages of Iran?
Aaron.
That's
Ages of Aaron, which is just Ireland.
okay.
So
Just the old name.
Yeah.
So maybe first of all about the single, is there a deeper meaning, or is it also some traditional lyrics, something like this?
Well, like it's like any of the songs, it's Irish mythology, and you know, if you really wanted to get into what that song's about, you're probably better off talking to the singer. But I mean, like I remember when he was dictating the lyrics to me, because I produce all the songs as well. There was an awful lot of, you know, Gaelic Irish language in it as well, you know, but which comes in here and there. But I mean, it's fundamentally a song about the different ages of Ireland, you know, the Stone Age, the Bronze Age, the Iron Age, and things like that, and how Ireland, the stories that came out of Ireland about those times, you know, that's that one. But musically, you wrote most of it musically, so you talk about it. It's a little ditty.
Well, it's hard. I just whenever I'm writing stuff, I'll just constantly write riffs. I don't have any order. I'll have a big, massive file on my phone with riffs in it. And when I'm driving along in my van, I'll listen to all these riffs and I'll go, "Oh, that's interesting. That could go with this riff," and I start putting a subfolder and I start just basically doing the structure in my head. I basically just go by what feels, right? Just what flows. Obviously, lyrically, we don't. It would be nice to have the lyrics maybe beforehand, so then we can sort of, if it's a bit of a bottle song, or it's a like I say, a bit like the last album, it's a bit darker, so you can write. You can adjust your writing to fit that, But funny that this album didn't happen like that. We just had, like, me and you done the initial demos in 6 weeks, which was 4 years ago.
Over COVID.
Over COVID, yeah. So we had the demo for this very, very quick. We knew we obviously needed more than 6 songs. I think another 2 songs came around pretty quick.
There was 3 more. There was 3 songs.
Yeah. But we kind of struggled with the last one. The last one sort of fell over the sort of line, but it actually turned out really well.
Every time we do an album, there's some songs that don't make the cut, and there's some songs that don't make it past 1 or 2 riffs. And, that's not working out. Let's move on. We're running out of time. So I mean, you sort of just you keep writing, and it's a good job. We love it.
It's a good job nobody's waiting for the album. Well,
I'm waiting for it.
Yeah. I think it's because all the members do have a big input into it. That's why it takes so long. If it was just me and him, this album would have been out 3 years ago.
Yeah, but it
wouldn't have been as good, probably.
I was about to say it arguably wouldn't be as good.
No, that's all. It's the sum of its parts, So, like I say, we all listen. We'll sit down. We'll listen till we're sick of hearing it, and then we'll try and refresh it, and then it could be just something really, really simple. Dave could just come up with a whistle melody, and boom, all of a sudden the song's got a totally new life.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, Lee wrote the new one, but he wrote the skeleton of it. You know, there was parts that, certainly parts that I added, and then we actually had a guest violin player, John Ryan, who spent a long time playing with another Irish band, Cruachan, and he plays in another folk metal band, Themes and Thralls, with me. So he came along and did a fair bit of violin on the song, and he's in the video as well. And I basically would send him the song and go, John, whatever you want to do, and he'll send back 10 different things, and we'll use this one and that one and things like that. So I mean, it's not just here's the song, it's done. It's here's the start of the song. Here's the song stripped back. Let's start to build layers on top of it.
Yeah, and even like we might think the song sounds fantastic. We send it to somebody else. We send it to John, and then all of a sudden because he's looking at it with fresh ears, listening to it with fresh ears, and all of a sudden he sends stuff back, and then we're like, oh. Then it sends us in a different direction, and it snowballs.
That's cool, yeah.
So yeah, it's very not blowing up my own bum, like, but it's a good song.
And about the album, do you have some info when it comes out?
No,
it's not.
No, not yet. This year,
like the single, the Ages of Aaron song. The album's not near ready to be released yet. That one we wanted to get out before these gigs. We thought it'd be good to have that out before these. So we no, that one we pushed it forward, so we ignored the album and just worked on that song to get it out for these gigs. So the album will be a little bit longer.
Okay. So, but maybe when it's coming, we can talk again.
Absolutely, yes.
For tonight, I think we come to an end slowly because you have done your show. How was your show? I didn't ask. How did it feel to be on stage here? This is important.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's a big stage, and I always love it. Getting to play big stages. It's not that I dislike the smaller stages, but it's if it's one or the other, that's nice.
It's grand for these guys because they're out the front. I'm stuck behind a drum kit, and all I hear is. So pretty much every gig's the same. I don't see any. I just see the back of their heads. So that's it.
Back then. That's just. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, but cool. And do you have plans to come back, for example, to Germany or to continental Europe this year?
Not yet, but I mean, if anyone wants us to come back, we certainly we want to. But
Yeah. We just, like to say, we don't go through booking agents or anything. Anybody wants to book us, they contact us directly. We go, yeah, we can do that, or can't, or whatever. But so normally, anybody wants us.
Yeah, so people, if you want to see Waylander, contact them and take some money. At least for the travel expenses. It's like so. Great. So now we have some free message, some greetings to the people outside before we leave.
So go buy a shirt. Thank you very much.
Buy a shirt. If you want to support the band, go to our website, maybe buy some merchandise. But at the very least, check out the new single, the new video, which is ironically the first video Waylander has ever made.
Okay.
So it's it's an interesting one. But so go check that out and.
Watch it, share it.
Yeah. Watch it, share it, and do all that stuff. And your ma's your dad.
Yeah.
And I think you have just started your YouTube channel. Is it like this?
Yeah.
So go and subscribe.
Stone Circle Studios is my one. So yeah, but by all means, please check out Stone Circle Studios. It's like a vlog, almost like a travel vlog, but just gigs, going to gigs. With Waylander and my other bands and things like that.
I promise you I'll subscribe.
Good man, perfect.
Okay. So for today, thank you for the nice talk. People outside, thanks for watching. Waylander, cool band. Check them out. And I say bye-bye. Cheers.